I love that right now life is becoming more and more unpredictable or less and less predictable. I really feel like this is going to be increasing in our next phase of life, whether you see that more on a 3D level just because there's less predictability with governments, economies, etc., um, and weather from a climate perspective, or if you see it more on a, non-physical, like woo level, with the approach of 2027 and the big changeover from Cross of Planning to Cross of Sleeping Phoenix. Either way that you look at it, we are going to have less predictability, and we're going from this idea that things should go a certain way and we can pretty much count on them going that way to like nothing's going to really happen the way that we think it should. um, and for some people, this is very scary. It feels very chaotic. It feels very dangerous. And in learning about the nervous system and in doing the work that I do with folks on inviting back in the flexibility of the nervous system, uh, I have found that the change is not for people that the world becomes more safe. It's that it actually becomes more safe to be scared or for the world to be dangerous. Um, And I saw a quote from a book um, called Dropped in a Maze by Sonia Chand, Sonia Krishna Chand. And it's confidence doesn't mean you have everything figured out. It means trusting that you can face whatever comes your way. And if you've ever spent time with small children, you may have noticed that they will climb up a jungle gym, a playground, um, not because they don't feel scared, but because they feel capable of doing something scary. And it's when we go, oh no, don't, you're gonna fall, that they're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't trust myself, right? I shouldn't trust that I have the capacity to meet the moment, as Jessa Reed says. Um, so predictability weakens our connection with that confidence in self to meet the moment, to be able to trust that we can handle whatever it is that comes our way. Um, and when we restore that connection with self, with that inner knowing, with that trust that like life is for us, supporting us, not in a way that everything goes our way, but in a way that we don't need everything to go our way, that we can enjoy the challenge, the you know excitement, the interestingness of um, things not going our way. If you're a person that likes watching Indiana Jones movies or reading mystery books or solving puzzles, you know that like it not being able to be clear to you is what makes it fun. And in that way, this life can become this very enjoyable and interesting labyrinth to move through, and to feel connected with, whoa, this, I don't know what's going to happen. Whoa, I don't know. This is kind of scary. Whoa, I don't know how this is going to go. Right. And to feel like, but that's okay. And it's the message of everything should work out the way you prefer, and that somehow is linked to your character, that I think actually creates the suffering, right? So as Byron Katie would say, whatever you're thinking and believing is what is true for you, is what's real, is what's happening, right? So on a nervous system level, if I interpret something as like, um, you know, more threatening than I have the capacity to meet, then of course I'm gonna just feel hopeless and either just rageful, it's not fair, it's wrong, it shouldn't be, or I'm gonna feel hopeless, like what's the point? I'm just gonna die. Um, and when we can support our nervous system back to its natural design, which is that it can, get scared and come back to safety, get angry, come back to safety, get shut down and come back to safety, right? It's just like a very flexible and um, um, not disruptive to flow between those states. Then we start to notice that the system just like energizes itself or restores itself, right? It doesn't need everything to work out. It can ride the waves, as they say in DBT. Um, so, yeah, this is an invitation to just continue to bring in this possibility, even if it doesn't seem possible to you right now, this possibility that that you were designed to be able to experience both the light and the dark, the positive and the negative, that both of them are welcome. They're not just fine, they're meaningful. And that the body that you were given when you came to this life is perfectly designed to facilitate that. And it does need some maintenance, just like any vehicle, right? So, our maintenance of time spent in prayer or connecting with that which is bigger than us, meditation, reading things that inspire us, playing, creating, enjoying, relaxing, solving puzzles. These things are like the oil changes. Sleep, good food, um, not in a like you have to work hard sense, but I love how Bashar frames it because it's like whatever sounds nice, So if it's that it sounds the most, he uses the word exciting, but I like to say like which one feels like the path of least resistance, the most relieving one, even depending on how you're doing right now. Um, and then taking each moment as an opportunity to go, okay, what sounds the most beautiful right now? I was thinking that I was going to be on a podcast in 10 minutes. And then I got an email from the podcaster. I want to take my parents out for the day. Can I cancel with you? And I said, oh my gosh, yeah, amazing. Enjoy, right? And a little part of me that goes, oh, I wanted to be on a podcast. And then I thought, what is a podcast? It's me sharing my ideas and then sharing that with the world. And I have my own YouTube channel, which I could do that. And so, how lovely that I get to meet that thing that was most exciting to me um, today. And I'm being offered to do it again in the future because there's a rescheduling, right? So I'm getting two for the price of one. And in this way, this is that philosophy that I learned from reality transurfing and Quasi Joe here, which is the advantage method of like seeing everything as an advantage. Oh, amazing. Like this morning, there was a bunch of snow. Oh, I get to try out the snowblower that I saved up for and that I planned to give me support in managing snow in this new living condition. Okay. And then I got to do the snowblower and see that even though last year it felt impossible, and I thought I'm never going to be a person who can manage the snow on my own, and I fell down and hurt myself last year and was so discouraged. Why did I buy this house with this long driveway? And then I thought, you know what? I'm going to become the kind of person who can enjoy doing the snow removal. And I thought, oh, I'm going to become a stronger from this because I'm pushing this snowblower machine. And I felt so capable and satisfied to, it was a puzzle. How does one use this snowblower that blows snow to the side without making, like, redoing your work? And I thought, okay, if I start from the middle and then I go out and I switched the direction of the thing each time, it was like a math problem. And I got to get the area cleared, and it was so cool because it has a battery, and the battery lasted exactly long enough for me to do a path and the driveway. And then it died. That was all it needed. It was the abundance that Bashar says of uh, abundance is having what you need to do what you need to do when you need to do it. So that battery was exactly what I needed to do what I needed to do when I needed to do it. And I got to be out in the sun and I got to see these people walking and say, what a glorious day. For the first day of 2026. And then I had saved up also to buy myself a salting spreader, and I got to go out and fill up my salting spreader and see the salt go on the pathway and dissolve the ice that was there so that I can safely walk and so that the amazing mail delivery and package delivery people can walk safely. And wow, what an opportunity for this morning. And then to have this opportunity to share with you all uh, in lieu of the podcast. And yeah, now I get, this whole hour that was set aside. Who knows what I'll do with it and how fun. And reminding myself and bringing myself always back to this essence of I was not born to be famous or to be successful or to be rich or to be live forever or the healthiest person on the planet. Um, uh, I'm just an animal, like all of these other animals, and we so many of us take care of animals in our house, pets we call them, and we say, oh, just live here for free and don't do any work and don't contribute at all. Just snuggle with me every now and again, and I will feed you and I will pay your medical bills and I will make you as comfortable as possible and I will buy you presents. And we think um, we, because we're not born a cat or a dog, have to earn these things. And we look at our children and our partners and at our parents and we say, why aren't you working harder? And you need to earn your keep and be a functional member of society. Apparently, that is not required. There are many, many animals living in the lap of luxury, um, and all that their payment is their own relaxation and rest and enjoyment. And what if we saw ourselves as little cats, and our friends and our family members as little cats, and we just said, "Oh, do you want to live here? I'll get you treats, and you don't have to do anything, and I don't have to do anything." And we let it be. This one time I had this QHHT hypnosis where you uh, connect directly with ETs, and I said, what am I supposed to do? What am I here for? What's my job? And they said, relax, just relax, have some fun. So in this season of every YouTube ad and Instagram telling you how great and successful and make a goal, and I was on a podcast yesterday actually. What are your goals for the next year? I said, just enjoy more. enjoy me, enjoy this world. It's actually so beautiful here, looking at the trees now and hearing the wind. My neighbor has these little mirror dangly things, I think, to deter the hawks who want to come eat the chicken. They're so pretty, glistening in the sunlight. Just enjoy, relax. There's never been a time in my life when I've been without material resources that I haven't been supported. I've always been given exactly what I needed. Even one of my favorite nights was when I was living out of my car and uh, I saw a um, mattress by a dumpster near a beautiful park right on the cliffs of the ocean in Santa Barbara, California. Beautiful night. And I dragged that mattress into that park and had one of the most beautiful nights sleep out under the stars. Hmm. And whenever we get to the place where the thing that we most need is death, I trust that that will be given as well. Lots of love.